single day.
Our first reality show, which was called SWV Reunited, um, you know, I was able to get that show. I went directly to WeTV. BET, TV One, and Centric. Either they wasn't interested, they never got back to me, or they didn't have a budget, or all of the above. So I went to WeTV, and they were lukewarm. What happened was SWV was doing an album release event, performing at SOBs in New York City. I used to do a showcase in New York City called R&B Spotlight. I did it for several years, and we have up and coming artists to perform, and we're gonna have a national act to close out. And from all over, they came from all over to perform. So I asked WeTV, I said, can you just um, meet with them? They're going to be in New York on such and such time. So she agreed to have them come to meeting with them. When they got there, they sold themselves. And I thought they were a perfect fit because at the time, WeTV had the Braxtons and they had the
Ah,
Mary Mary show. So I thought they were a fit. So a lot of people don't know, but when you're going to pitch a show to a network, they really like you to go through a production company that they already have relationships with.
okay.
But I went to the network. The network um, wanted to do something with them. You know, they were very excited. So they gave me a list of production companies that they were already in relationship with. So one of the production companies was E1. SWV was already signed to
Yeah, the
the
record
label
label.
side.
Yeah.
So their TV division, it made sense to go through them because we were already signed with them, you know. Um, so we did just that. And yeah, that was that was that was rough. I regret um going that route. I wish I'd have went another route.
What did you regret? Which route? What do you mean?
Going, I would have probably picked another production company. It's
Oh,
hard for a white company to produce a black show. And there were problems. We already had problems, you know, but all they have to do is see a crack and in the door, and they're gonna bust the door wide open. And that's what they did. And I feel like that they made the situation a little bit more difficult, you know, if that makes sense to you. You know, it was great. It was great. The money was great. The experience was great, somewhat,
hmm.
but some things, you know, everything is not always reality TV. Some things they're having you to say that's not really your truth for a
Hmm.
storyline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we allowed things to happen that we should have put a stop to. And I take full responsibility as a manager. You know, yeah, it was it was different. You know, we stayed on WeTV for 2 seasons.
Wow.
Yep, yep. And the crazy thing is that I had already did a sizzle reel on them. The person who I really wanted to work with at that time, she really, I won't say her name, but she's very popular in producing TV shows. She really wasn't, she didn't really show strong interest. Whether she was interested or not, I don't know, but she really didn't show strong interest. So I moved on. You know, I should have waited, but I
Hmm.
feel like SWV, because it was just getting back out there, releasing an album. They had been gone for 15 years.
Hmm.
You know, it's just releasing an album. You need something to attach to the album. You need a platform.
Yeah.
So everybody was doing reality TV. And I felt like that was going to get us back to where we need to be. You
National
know, little
attention.
did I know what was around the corner. Yeah. And it was a whirlwind, you know, it was a whirlwind. Yep.
Now, so I've been chatting with you for a while, and when I just mentioned that, oh, I'm going to be interviewing you, they said, oh, was he? And I didn't realize that you had anything to do with SWV. And then somebody sent me the link of I think it was, oh, you and on the reality show where you and Taj get into it. Was that the We TV one where you and Taj had the sort of our
Um,
fallout, or was that a different one?
that was the WeTV one. That was
Wow.
the WeTV one. Some of that was manufactured.
Okay, seems like okay.
Some of that was real. You
Wow.
know, um, yeah. I love, I love SWV. I love Lily. I love Taj. I love Coco. They all have three different personalities.
Mm,
And um, unfortunately, when the lead singer bring in her own people, that can cause problems. And I understand. I fully understand. If it felt like that, probably I was catering to Coco more than the other two girls. You
mm.
know, so yeah, that caused a few problems. Yeah,
Wow. So, I mean, what was the overall reception from the fans of seeing SWV on TV and doing the reality show and exposing themselves? What did you get a sense of what the fans thought about seeing their favorite group in that type of messy situation?
they love SWV. As a matter of fact, the first season, I think the ratings, we blew it out the water. They love that. However, when you're on TV, you do reality TV, you have to really practice self control because the camera can't pick up what you don't give. But once you give it, they can't retract it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's almost like you got to practice what you're going to say and what you're not going to say, because in reality TV, the producers are going to come to you and want you to talk about something that happened 3, 6 months ago. And they want you to act like it just happened right then and there. So
Wow.
then you got to reenact that. You got to um, start digging up these old feelings that you had let go and, wasn't thinking about anymore. And then once it come on TV and the fans get involved in it, it get worse because
Mm,
everybody has an opinion.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, and the biggest thing that we didn't do as a unit was to stick together. We allowed production to pull us apart.
Wow.
And I worked so hard to get that show for SWV because the production company wasn't really interested. They dragged their feet for a long time. I was very persistent and put fire under them to get this show started. Yeah,
Wow.
yep. But all money, not good money. They paid pretty good back then,
Mm,
you know. But all money is not good money, and realizing that, you know, um, I feel like some of them didn't have our best interest. They had their best interest in selling the show, you know, ratings, you know, um, being very competitive. They didn't care about people, relationships, you know.
but then
And
as
I,
the manager,
mhm.
what was your role as a manager? Was it to protect your first and foremost, was that Coco, or was it to think, okay, Taj and Lily, I have to show equal love and protection and support for the three of you guys and brand SWV?
As a manager, it's your job to be mutual when you're dealing with a group. However, it
Mm,
may not look mutual all the time to everyone because of who the person is that brought you in.
yeah.
So, and keep in mind, you got to appease the lead singer as well.
Wow.
So that's a job in itself. You got to keep the lead singer happy. You also got to keep the other singers happy as well.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the Halftime Chat community. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. But most importantly, why don't you consider being a member? That's a way of supporting the channel, but also getting a lot of videos ahead of time, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and some exclusive content that doesn't get shared. But anyway, thanks for watching and thanks for being part of Halftime Chat.